Alrighty, how's it going everybody? 1 of 1. Trying to log into the server right now. There we go. Seems like that is doing a thing. Maybe, sort of, kind of. Possibly. So I was thinking about the turtle. And about where would be a good place to put a sort of mining apparatus, right? Hey, Jamie, how's it going? And so I was kind of wondering, because I just saw Splitsy's video that he does with Capac and TFE, and he did this cool thing with some connectors for their large ships, where they had what looked like a connected portion of the ship kind of drop down and out, and then, you know, the connector was there. So I'm wondering if I could sort of do the same thing, only just with, you know, mining stuff. So I don't know how that's going to go. My day was good. I actually left work a little bit early, so that was nice. And then I went out and mowed the lawn. Then I ate. And then, yeah, just kind of relaxed for a little bit until I could log on here. Alright, so these get to turn on. Assembler on. Actually, this one can turn off. So that's that. Good. Solar panels. Connector is on. That connector is on. Sorry, I'm just going through and turning everything back on. Drill does not need to be on. Gyroscopes, if in case I decide to move. Aquarium is on. Hatch door light panel on. Living area light. There we go. Cargo containers, ore detectors. Turn those on. Passage lights. Those are on. Rear light. Refinery. Survival kit is already on, so that's good to go. And then all the thrusters. All right, so I think that's good to go. We should be vented, but apparently not. Apparently the game doesn't like me floating around like this either. All right, so, oh, because I turned it off, I didn't, yep, gotcha. Depressurize, there we go. Okay, so that is everything depressurized, so now I can just open everything up. What, server, what are you doing? Server's, okay. It keeps jumping me back to the stairs. Okay, can we not? Look, I just want to go this way, okay? Fish. Say hi to the fish. Alright, so now that that's hopefully solved. Alright. So now, we have our turtle here. Now, so as far as like moving stuff out of the way, like I've got some of these things that I could move, right? Now I don't know if I could pop them out of here though, which is kind of an issue. Etienne, how's it going? Jamie says to make it in the tail. I do want to put it towards the front of the ship, so that way as I'm piloting it, I can kind of see where I'm drilling at the same time. Putting it in the tail would be awkward. But I mean, the other thing is I just do like some doors over here or something. You know the doors, the ones that slide to the side or whatever. And then I could do, like, fill up this area here with 3 of those, have them slide to the side, and then have the drill actually be in here and push out. But that puts the drill kind of in this main frontal area, which is kind of where I want my living area to be. Whereas if I can put it, like, in the floor, could work better, maybe, possibly. I don't know. I don't know. And then I had another idea to hook up a piston system in here so that way it can weld everything. So basically I just would get some connectors to go all the way through to the middle here, put a rotor, advanced rotor, run a piston up with a 90-degree angle on there with another piston out there, and then another piston on the end of that with a welder at the bottom. So that way I can get it to go pretty much wherever I want it to go, and then it would just kind of weld everything, I guess. But I'm not sure how I feel about that. It'd be a lot of work, but then again, it would also save me a lot of work, so I don't know. And then there's the other issue, potentially, in that I have a lot of unused space here, like with these blocks here being there. That's just space that I'm not using. So I'm wondering if maybe I could build a drill system into here and then put it on like some little hinges or something and have it on a couple sets. So that way the hinges will act sort of like a, not exactly like a scissor lift, but sort of like that. So it'll bring the whole thing up and it'll stay parallel, right? Because I'll have two sets of hinges, front and back. So it'll bring it up parallel, and then it'll have a bunch of pistons hooked up that could then shoot the drill outwards. And then when you bring it back in, it goes back down and it just kind of tucks in. Coming out of the neck, folding. That was another option that I was thinking about. So I could have a piston kind of push it out and then just have the whole thing just kind of, I don't know, scrunched together, and then once it's out, then it just kind of like opens. And then another thing that I wanted to check is to see if we have, oh hey, TGG. It's just us still, okay. All right, so I have to design with that in mind. So that's going to be fun. But I suppose what I need to do is finish up this area here first. Yeah, and that gets me the 45 there, okay. And then we need this thing to be there and there. And then this thing can go there, there, and there. And then this can go right there, and then we go up one, down one. Nope. There, okay. So that will get us to where our shell needs to be. And then I need the weird pieces here, but first I need this piece to go here and there. Oh, there we go. And then the other piece that I need is going to be in here. And then that is not the right one. I think it's this one. Oh, wait, is that? That is not it. Is that it? No. Is it? No. Yes, no. Hang on. I think that is the right piece, but I just put in the wrong... Oh, I put in that one. Okay, never mind. So this is not the right piece. Okay, so yeah, then this is just this one. That's easy enough. Okay. Good to go. All right. Keeper, how's it going? Hope I'm doing awesome tonight. Yeah, I think so. A few with doors? A few what with doors? Silent Ghost says hello there. Hi, welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen you on one of my streams before, so welcome. All we're doing here is we're building a giant turtle ship. And then that just kind of plays along with our faction, which is the Turtle God. So we worship the Turtle God. Join us, build your turtles. And yeah, so that's me. And then Etienne, who's also in the chat right now, is also a member. Okay, so if that's what we want this to look like, then the next thing that I have to do is get this to fit in here how I want it to fit in. Now I could do half blocks through here, or I could do full blocks. I think half block would look better. So these are just going to be here temporarily to show me kind of where I want this thing to be, like relative to the shell here. Okay. And then I think that would go there, and then that would be replaced by this guy. And then that. And that's kind of how we would do our middle shell portion. Silent Ghost says, turtle ship, woo. Yeah, so right now, what I want to do is I want to put in a drilling system in here. But I don't want it to be sticking on the outside. I want it to be something that folds up and kind of goes inside. But I have to figure out how I want to put that in here. Now, another thing that I could do is to push it out the side, which could be interesting, but that would interfere with our flipper if we do decide to put that in there, unless I put it up here. Let me see. We would need some way to mount it in there, and I would need a dual hinge system to keep everything parallel. And then I have to figure out how exactly I want this to fit in here, because I don't want to use up too much space. And then provided... Okay, so let's say that I use this as like the edge, right? And then we'll go up and kind of put this in here as well. So I want this thing to sort of, if it's going to fold up, I want it to fold in, so that way it's just inside here. And when it folds out, I want it to be here, right? So if I'm going to do that, then I think there's a couple ways that I could do it. So for example, let's say I put a hinge here, right? And we'll do an advanced hinge. I think they're all the same. Okay. So if we do this, and then I would need something that could fit on here that could slide easily, because see, it's not letting me put that. Or am I just out of blocks? No, I still have them. Okay, so it's not letting me put it there because it's just not, it's too close to this stuff, right? Let's see. Jamie says pistons and hinges. Silent Ghost says, oh, could you make it like an arm? Jamie says yes. Silent Ghost says, man, I wish I had the patience to build something like this. Jamie agrees, and he says to use doors. So that is kind of the idea, is to use doors. But, well, actually, hang on. If I'm going to do that, though, then this whole thing has to move out, because then the doors would have to be inside here, because I don't have anything that's a half door. Unless I change this up slightly. So instead of being like this, we can have a half block of distance through here, and then a full block of distance through here. And then the transition for that would have to look something like this. And then that would put us on the full, that gives us a full block space, which means that we could put the gates right here. So let me see, doors, garage doors, garage, nope, these things. Okay, so hangar doors. And I could do the warfare hangar door. Okay, so let's say that I do this here, right? So we would need this to go here. And then based on where that can go, and then, okay, so this goes out to, actually, hold on, this goes out 3, right? So 1, 2, 3, I think. Hang on. Let me recharge real quick. Okay, so that means I need to build one of these things. That's fun. Just to see how far it goes out. So that way I can build appropriately. Alright. Okay, so that is all the components. Oh, server, what are you doing? Keeps teleporting me around. It's not cool, dude. Let's see. Cause says, "Hola, amigo." Hola, ¿cómo estás? Jamie says, 1 piston to push them out and then unfold. Let's see, hangar door. We're gonna close this. Okay, so here's the only thing that I don't like about using the piston to push it out, right? So the base of the piston is 2 blocks long, which means that if I do put the piston in there to push it out, it's going to have to be, oh, that only goes out 2? Oh, that's not good. That's not going to be enough space. Huh. Because when this is fully open, I'm only going to have 4 blocks, and that's not enough to do anything that could shoot up far, so... Okay, so I'm thinking, I'm running through like different folding methods in my head. Because the one that I was thinking of would be like a parallel fold, where you have 2 pieces that are parallel, or 2 lines that are parallel, and then you have hinges between the 2, and that way when the hinges activate, it kind of pushes them out, but they also stay parallel, right? So with the way this is, I'm thinking I might have to do a rocking fold. Which, you know, I could do, but that's just it's gonna use up so much extra space inside. I don't like that. I mean, what's another way that I could do this, though? Because the piston, the base is 2 blocks, but the extension is 6 blocks, right? So if I have to fit it into a little 4 wide area here, at best, the most pistons I could put on there is 1. Because you have to connect like each end of the piston to like another block. So if you have 1 block on either end, that's your 4 blocks, and that's as far as you can go. And then if I do have that out to here, it's only going to push out another 4 blocks, which is only going to put the end of it right here. Plus I have to have a drill on there. Oh, man. Did you guys just see the screen flash? Or was that just me? That was weird. Okay, so, I mean, I do have a way to do sort of like collapsing sides here, but that requires a hidden piston. And then everything would have to slide properly, and then I don't know how well that's going to happen if it's sliding block against block here. Yeah, that would be, well, it would look ugly. I can tell you that much. And then also, I don't know if it's going to be able to push through here because I would need to have exactly the width of a block, but it would have to be on a subgrid sandwiched in between all of the other blocks, which, as we all know, blocks don't like to slide past each other. Jamie says, do you remember the old drill trucks? I think so. That's where they had the drill. I wish I could draw it on here for you guys, but you would have the truck bed, right? And then you would have a hinge here, and then another hinge here. And then this hinge would activate, which would then swing this thing up like this. And then you would have, actually I don't know if you would need another hinge here, but then you would have a piston out here, which would then kind of shoot that down. Is that kind of what you're talking about? And then that's how you just kind of drill straight down. And then when you're done, you just pull everything back up and then lay it back down on the bed. Is that kind of what you're talking about? I don't actually like the look of this. I really don't like it. Is there another option that I could do? Yes, there is, actually. One that might potentially work. Okay, so let me give that a try first. And then we'll take this out, take that out. Okay, so how much space would I need for a drill? To move it forward, assuming I get a 3x extension for whatever I use up. 2 hangar doors, says Cause. Put end to end. Okay, but you still have to mount it somewhere, right? So if you've got the 2 bases next to each other, and, oh, I see, yeah, so I understand what you're saying. So, like, put the gate here and then have it go this way, and then put another one over here and have the gate go that way. Like, I get that, but that would have only given me 4 spaces to use, and that's not enough for what I'm trying to do. Okay, so hold on. Let's go over lengths here. So I think I can make this work potentially, but it all depends on how easily these blocks can slide next to each other, which probably not very well. And then is there a way to delay that so you have one going forward first? No, that wouldn't work because you would need something that could expand. That's about it in vanilla without tempting Clang. So I have an idea, but I'm just trying to figure out like how big it needs to be. And then I should probably put these down so I have an idea of what kind of space I've got up here to work with. Okay. So it's got to fit in here. And then, okay, so if I do that, I could swing that into here. And that should still be able to close. Okay, so we'll try that. I have no idea if this is going to work or not. But if I could type. Okay, so we're going to do a hinge here, and then a hinge here, and then this hinge is going to be a dead hinge. Wait, no. That's... I don't have build info, so this is going to be a lot more difficult to do. Can I do a panel so I can access all of this stuff? And I can make it fancy. Access panel 4. Get her done. Okay, so we're going to put this over here. I think that opens sideways like that. You need construction components to build this. Well... Okay, so we're going to put this on here. I think the yellow goes up. Could be wrong. Weren't you supposed to grab all of the... Okay, sir, why did you tell me that you grabbed everything if you didn't grab everything? Oh, now it's saying that I can't. Okay. Cause says, I used to use blast door blocks with rotors because blast door blocks have a lower hitbox. Agreed. The only problem is they don't look like other blocks, so it's kind of obvious when you have them. Oh, that doesn't even have a panel in there. Dang it. Okay, so that's definitely not what I was looking for. So when I said panel, I meant something that I could actually access. Access panel, access panel. You know, like one of these. Just, you know, prettier. I don't know if that's going to work. We'll try it. Why did you just delete it if we just put it on there? Okay. Alright, we'll get that off. Build it up again. Alright. And then cause we will be tempting Clang with this, absolutely. Okay, now does this have anything that I could click on? No. Okay, so that's not what I want either. Okay, fine. If you're not going to give me what I want, then I'll just do this. I'll put this on here, and we'll call it good. And I will access everything like that. Okay. So now, we have this hinge on the bottom. So this is going to be hinge, minor, arm, base. Okay, so now I can build this thing up. Oh wait, no, yeah, this thing, okay. And that's good there. Okay, so, right. I know you guys are probably not following along with what I'm trying to, sorry, hiccups, what I'm trying to do here, but when you see it, hopefully it'll make a bit more sense. Okay, so with that, all right, now I need that to be in there. Now that does not have to actually be full tension, or not tension, up. Man, work is crowding my mind right now. I don't need that to be a block, I need that to be one of these. So that right there is perfectly adequate. So we'll build that up. And then I should probably just like build a bunch of these things, right? There we go. Okay, so that is all withdrawn. Good. Okay, so that's that. Ooh, I'm about to run out of oxygen. That's not good. If you don't mind, I would like oxygen, please. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, it seems like the lag gets really, really bad whenever someone connects. So I'm assuming that's probably the same for most servers here. Okay, and then I can recharge the rest of the way here because it's faster. All right. Colin says, we go out for dinner on Fridays and I am overstuffed. Nice. Well, I mean, it depends on if you like feeling like you're overstuffed or not. Okay, so now I need to figure out. Okay, so from here we want to do another hinge. And that will go in the same direction. Hopefully that's in the same direction. Hold on, let me take that out again. Just want to make sure. Okay, so the little nick thing is going that way. Okay. So we want to make sure that this one is the same way. Okay. Now we're good. All right. Okay. Now, hang on. I have to think about this real quick. This whole thing has to move in one block. That sucks. Okay. Yeah, I think that's how it has to be. Okay. So do the little thing where that is forward. Okay. And then do another one of these. And then I have to rename this hinge again. So I need the panel back. Okay. Let's see, hinge, drill, arm, base. That's going to be the forward base, actually. Forward base. Wait, no, I don't need to do... No, I don't need to do 2 sets of hinges. I mean, I could. But I only need to have 1 powered set. And then I can do the rest just dead hinges. I think that would work. Okay. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Hi, you can go away. That is not what I wanted to do at all. Okay, hinge, drill, arm, base. Okay, there we go. So now that one is labeled. And we'll build it up real quick. Build this up real quick. There we go. Okay, now we do the other hinge here. Make sure the little thing is forward. There we go. All right. Jamie says that he sees my vision. Okay. Actually, hang on. Now that I think about it, these need to spin opposite each other, so that little thing right there actually needs to be towards the front. Or, sorry, the back. Nope, not that way. That way. There we go. Okay. That way I can have both of these go in the same direction as far as like velocity goes, but then they'll move opposite, which should work out, I think. Okay, so now I have to name that hinge. And then this is hinge, drill arm extension. I don't know what I want to call it. And then we would now group these, call these hinges drill arm. We would save this, and then we're gonna have to give this a speed. And then we'll go -1 first. See if that's the correct way. Nope, we have to go +1. Okay. So, hinges, if I could spell hinges, There we go, hinges drill arm. We're going to reverse this. Okay, so this is going to be our little folding mechanism, and you can see that this thing, once it gets there, should fold back the rest of the way once that's done. And then I can set the extensions, or the limits on these things, the same. Okay, so then we are currently at, oh, I need to look at each individual hinge, right? Currently at 90, okay. So then the minimum that we want to go is 0. It has to be the same on this one. Okay. So there's that, and then that will sit in here. Now the drill has to fit within this block space right here. And then the door that I'm going to put on here has to fit within this block space. And that way we get the nice solid end over here, and then we can move that somehow and then pull this thing out. So the idea here then would be to get this thing to have all of the hinges, or pistons I should say, moving in the correct way. And then I can do some dead hinges over here and then connect them. So that way it looks like it's got more structure. And then Jamie says use a connector for the ores to pass through. I was just gonna replace that with a junction box, actually. Because then I can just tie it into the system or into the ship, wherever that's gonna be. So for example, we do that. And I need interior plate to place that. All right, can I get everything I need for this, please? Thank you. And it didn't pull out all of the parts that I need, sir. Okay, so we need to make construction components. All right, make 1,000. Okay. Now, can ores pass through a dead hinge? I think so. All right, so first hinge here needs to be facing forward. And then we need one of these things. I need more interior plate, apparently. Sir, work with me here. Okay, so we'll take out a few of these, a couple hundred of those. Okay, so that can go there, and that can go there. And then I need the other hinge, only this one has to face the opposite way. Okay. And then these are going to be dead hinges. So I have to name these. All right. And dead hinge just means that it has no power. It has no torque, it has no braking velocity, it's just sitting there dead, basically. Hence, dead hinge. Okay, fine. I'll put 100 of these back. Now I need motors. Okay, so then make some motors. Annoying. If you don't mind. Alright. How are we doing? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Alright, good. So that should be everything to make this. Okay, that should be everything. Okay, now I need to label these. Once again, I cannot type. Okay, so we've got this one here. So this is going to be hinge, drill, arm, dead base. And then this one is going to be hinge, drill, arm, dead extension. Okay, and then the reason why we want these to be both dead hinges is because then they will bend as they will. And then you only need to drive one set of hinges versus two. Okay, so now we go back to these. I still can't type apparently. We're gonna reverse that. Then recharge. Okay. Now that will connect. We have to get these two to connect, so that's gonna be interesting. We can do probably a temporary connect for now. So first off, I need to put in this and hope that it can actually slide around, because if not, this is going to get interesting. And then we'll do this, and then we need a merge block. And then that goes there, and then that one goes there. Then you need to build that, build that. Actually, hold on. Let me do it this way. Now we do it. Okay. Good to go. Hopefully this doesn't blow up. Okay, good to go. All right, now we get to see if this thing can actually slide in here. I'm guessing it won't, but we'll try it. Nope. Yeah, no, it doesn't like that at all. Okay. Well, I suppose I could put in that in there. Okay, that made it move a little bit. Now if I get rid of this, and get rid of this, and get rid of that, does it move? Yes, it does. Okay. So this is the purpose of the dead hinges. So I'm only powering these hinges up here, but those ones are moving with it, and it gives it a bit more structure and rigidity. All right, so now I have to figure out how to get this whole thing to work properly. And I'm thinking what I'm going to end up having to do is everything that I just did, undo it, and then we have to run a 90-degree down here, and then put the base of the hinges going forward this way until we get to the point where we can put the drill up in front. It's not ideal, but it is what we have. And then how many blocks forward am I gonna have to go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we're gonna need at least 3 pistons. I would prefer 4. So that means we have to have 8 blocks of space. And then the drill, I mean, that depends on how this thing is. I mean, the drill's going to be in this area, I guess. Man, I don't like this. It's not ideal. Because I want to have the 90s in here instead of these blocks, because I know that the pistons can pass through the 90s or pass by the 90s easier than it can these junction boxes. So I guess we'll just take these apart. It'll be fine. Okay. And then I'm just going to have to do this quite a bit. All right, now where do I want the drill hinge to be? I mean, it depends on what I can actually get to fit in here. So let me test that real quick. I guess I could just throw a drill on here, right? Easy enough. And then we'll go down. And then the drill we can put onto here. Maximum blocks of specific type limit reached? What? What are you talking about? I can only have one large drill? Okay. Just go ahead and make things difficult on me, I guess. That's super awkward. Were any of you aware that you could only have one large drill? That seems not ideal. Oh wait, I don't actually need to have that there. Okay. So now I have to see what kind of space I have when I reverse these. So let's go hinge, drill arm, and reverse. Okay, now that should be swinging this whole thing out. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Yeah, it's gonna have to sit right there. That's the only way that I can get this thing to work properly, I think. Okay. So that means that we're gonna have to have 4 pistons back here. Okay. I should have made this a T instead. Whoops. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna... This is just gonna be awkward. Okay, so that's where the drill has to be. So then I have to go and place more of these, but now I need interior plates again. This is annoying. All right. Interior plates. Okay, and then there's also going to be a little bit of play. The pistons are actually slightly longer than 2 blocks. Cause says, wow, go for a modded server next time, I guess. This is a Keen server. Yes, this is a Keen server. And then Jeremy, welcome Jeremy, says, I thought it was 5 on official. Well, I mean, I just tried to place 2 and it wouldn't let me, so I think it's just 1. Okay, so if this is where the drill is going, then I have to go 8 back. Okay, so that's 1, 2. Okay, so that's 1 piston, 2 piston, 3 piston, 4 piston, and then we can go here and then throw on a junction because why not? Okay, and then we have to do the pistons. Hopefully it'll let me do this many pistons. And then that'll be 1. Sir. 2. 3. Sir, can you let me place it, please? 4. Okay. And then the drill. Now, hopefully it'll let me slide past here without catching on anything. But in order to test that, I have to build all these things up. So, yeah, I guess we just start building away. Okay, so there's that. Keeper says, yes, it is a Keen official server, limited drills, welders, grinders, and a warhead block. Interesting. Makes things more difficult, but that's okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So that should fill up that. Grab everything that we can. All right. Unable to draw 2 large steel tubes. Okay, then make a bunch. I don't know if a 1,000. 1,000 is probably too much. Let's just do 200. I need oxygen again, so let me hop back in here. There we go. Gases are now replenished. And then recharge. Perfect. All right, good. Now, here's the problem as I see it for this. There is no share inertial tension option for these things, at least I don't think there is. So this thing is going to be very, 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 very wobbly. Okay, so there's the drill, and now I just need to put all of the pistons in a group. Okay, piston, piston, drill, arm, 1. 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and then we'll put these all together. So this is going to be pistons, and drill arm, save. Okay, and then if we reverse, we'll get to see how far out this goes and if I can reduce it at all. I'd say that's pretty good. Our head is going to be back here, so we're going to be far enough ahead that should work. And then we'll be all connected through here, so that'll be good. I'm just going to double check to make sure there isn't a share inertial tension option. There is not. Okay, so that's awkward, but okay. Pistons, drill arm, and then we will reverse them again. And then Cause says, I guess I am glad I have never played on an official server. Between that and the performance you are getting out of it. Yep. Not to mention all of the limitations. And then what we do from here is this whole thing now has to slide back in here, which is going to be severely limiting. Okay, so I think I might actually have to take out a piston because I don't think I have enough room here. Because when this thing slides back, it's going to have to like go on an arc, right? And then that's going to prevent me from doing, I think it's going to prevent me from doing what I want to do over here. So for instance, right, over here we've got a 2x1 base, right? So if I were to do the same thing over here, of course I need steel plates. Okay. And then I also have to put the door mechanism on here somehow too. So I don't know if this is going to work. And here's the other thing, like I could put pistons up here like facing the other way, right? So that way like it would go to a full extension as I'm storing it, and then it would pull back as I'm trying to bring it out, which would then give me a bit more room for moving this thing around, but I don't know how well the pistons slide along these blocks, and it would be like a direct kind of tight fit there. But if I did that, I would have piston base and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that would get me to halfway, and then piston base and then 1, 2. Yeah, that wouldn't really... I mean, it would... Full extension would be back here, and then plus the extra piece would be here. So I would have to shorten that one there. But if I do it that way, so I can just grab these two, then that would give me 3 total, and I should be able to do the door mechanism over here. I think that'll work. Maybe. Oh, man. This is not fun. But I think that's probably going to be the best way to do this, maybe even the only way to do this. So let's just take everything apart again. Okay. All right, now I can bring this back. Okay, now from here, we do a piston, and I'm just going to put on 1 piston in here and see how it slides. If it slides, hopefully it does. Then I want to have that thing out. By that thing, I mean the little panel right there. Okay. So now if I have this... Oh, it didn't place that. Well, that's not good. And I don't have build info, so I can't tell it to do it. Dang it. Okay. Piston incomplete. Add piston head. It can't do it. Either can't do it or it won't do it. So if that's the case, let's do the hinges and reverse them. See if it slides. Okay, so it does slide. At least this portion of it does. Now I should be able to add on the piston head. Okay, so there's that, and now we're going to see if we can make it slide again. All right. Or is it going to get stuck? No, that actually seems to be okay. Okay, that's good, right? All right, and then what we need to do over here... And then I don't know, I mean, I probably should do it on both. Yeah, this is just, this is Clang waiting to happen, telling you. All right, okay, so I'm gonna have to connect this side. And then this is gonna have to go down this way. And then I'm gonna have to put in the piston down here. Wait, no. I don't want to have multiple pistons all pulling at the same time. That's not good. Okay, so then we'll take out the dead hinges here. And we'll do something else, which means I'm going to have to figure out how to connect that up there, which means I'm going to have to probably rip that whole thing apart and then put a connector up there. So that's going to be fun. Okay, well, I mean, I have an idea of what I want to do now, so I guess that's okay. Okay, so, you off, all of you off, you can go off. I have to take this apart, take that apart, take this apart, take that apart. And then replace this, which of course dropped a block, or dropped stuff right in the middle. No, go to your inventory, thank you. we'll drop that off, pick that up, and then, since I've already got the parts for that, we'll throw that in up here. Okay. Then we have to do the hinge again. Alright, now that one needs to go the other way. And then we need one of these, and then another hinge. I already have the hinge. Okay, now that has to be facing the other way. And then we need to throw on one of these, and then a piston. Piston. Okay. All right. Back half says, sorry, Jamie says, on the back half, use a router. A router. What do you mean by a router? Like an internet router? Or like a drill router? I'm just replenishing my oxygen. Alright, so let's grab those parts. That goes there, and that goes there. Okay, so now I need to pull the whole thing in again, which means I need to put another panel on here. Okay, let's try this again. Hinge, drill, arm, base. Hinge, drill, arm, extension. Then both of these together are hinges for the drill arm. And then we're going to make our lower limit 0, upper limit there. And then we can reverse that, and that should bring them in, or not. Didn't I make a group with this? What's going on? Hinges. I did. Apparently it didn't make the group. Rotor? Oh, a rotor. Why a rotor? There we go. 090, 090. Hinges, drill arm, reverse attach, speed 1. There we go. So, Jamie, why am I using a rotor on the back half? What do I need to spin? Add a piston head. A rotor and 90-degree angles? Are you saying to do rotors to take the place of the hinges here? Oh, he says his spelling is not good because he's drinking. Well, I'm glad that this is a stream that you can drink to. Alright, so that can go there. Okay, and then from here I can probably get by with just this. And then a couple more pistons. It won't let me place the piston there. Why? To swing down the arm. Okay, why would I need to swing the arm down? I mean, because I want to drill straight forward, right? Because that's where I'm going to be pointing the ship. So there's no real reason to swing it down or up at all. And then if I did that, I would have to add in another block here, because that rotor itself takes up a block, which means that the drills would have to be out here, which means this entire thing would have to be moved in to this block here, which would then take up even more space. Okay, so why won't it let me place the piston here? Is it because it's too close to that one? Man, this is just annoying. Okay, fine. I will play your game, Space Engineers. I will find a way to make you work. So, what you drinking? Anything good? Alright, so now it should let me place the piston. And then I need to place another piston on top of that. But now it's saying that I can't place that piston. Okay. Okay, so let's reverse the hinges again. I almost hit detach, that would have been bad. Okay, so that will move that out, and now I have to build this piston up so I can extend it. This stuff usually goes so much easier on single player. All right, so I put that on there wrong. Dang it! I want that to be this way. Probably there. Okay, try that again. Okay. Now we extend this piston. Let's see if it pushes out past that. Looks like it does. Okay, that's good. Put a rotor first and then a 90-degree angle. Okay, so then if I put a rotor on the end of this first, that would allow me to swing it out like this, right? Which would be simpler than doing my little hinge method here. And especially considering I have to use up all of these block spaces anyways. But the other issue with that is if I have it swinging out like this, I think I don't know. I feel like I would lose something. Like I wouldn't be able to compact it so well. Because I mean, like, here's the thing, like I could swing it out like this, right? So from here, swing it out that way, which is, and he's drinking Alberta Premium, interesting. Which would work. And then I wouldn't need the hinges on here at all. I would just use a single rotor. So I would probably put a 90 on there, put a rotor after, then have that thing swing up and out like this. And then I could potentially move that closer here. So instead of being in that block space, it could be in that block space. And then I could still get it to swing out to here. And Cause says rotors in MP invoke clang. Well, I'm gonna see if I can make this work first, and then I have the other side over there that I can do something else with if I choose to. So we'll do that there. Okay, now this thing needs to retract, and I need to see if it will pull it in or if it's gonna get stuck. Looks like it's pulling in. And then this one can reverse at the same time. Okay, so that seems to be working. Okay, so then we need the drill on the end here, if it'll let me place it. Wait, did that place it in the right spot? Hang on. Make sure it's on there. Okay, yes, okay. All right, Carl, welcome Carl. What about having the front flippers behind the drills? They can be stowed pointing forward like regular flippers and then rotate forward when you're ready to drill. I don't want to put the flippers on any kind of a subgrid because I tried doing that on the super big turtle that I was doing on a single player world, and anytime I hit the gas or the brakes, they would swing no matter if I locked them down or whatever, like turned off the power, you know, put maximum torque on there, it didn't matter. They would always swing, and what ended up happening is I kept breaking things. So I want to make sure that I don't do that. And then also with this little thing that I've got going on right now, I'm going to put in some magnetic locking in here somewhere. So that way I can lock it in place. So that way hopefully it doesn't cause any issues once it's stowed. But yeah, especially on a public server like this, I think that would just be asking for disaster. I mean, it's a good idea, but I just think with the way that the servers are, I don't know if it's doable for what we're trying to do here. Okay, so this gives me a much shorter arm length, which is good, I think. And then I just need to make sure this whole thing can swing. Hinges and reverse. Now this whole thing should hopefully just slide right in. And I need to keep an eye on how far this is going and where it's going. So if I put a block here, is that going to hit it? It does not. Okay. So this is a safe block right here. All right, so that's good. So I'll put in a couple more just to kind of see them here. Okay, so this is how it would then be stowed, and we have this block here for space, and then it's going to be stored in this block here, which means that I can use up all of this area for something else, or I can make like a wall out of it. I would probably want to put a magnet on here somewhere just to kind of hold it into place, but I don't know exactly where I would do that. I mean, I would think maybe in here. Actually, can I even fit a magnet in there? Probably not, let's be honest. Oh, that would work. Okay. Hang on, I'm gonna give that a try real quick. Because I just need this thing to not really jiggle, you know what I mean? So if we reverse that, set this out. Okay, so it still clears that block, which is good. And then if I put this into here, get that thing built up. My power is very, very low. Okay. All right, now if I were to bring this thing in again, would it lock into place? Hinges, reverse. And would it lock prematurely, or would it wait until it's already seated? No, it gets stuck. Okay. So that is clang waiting to happen. I definitely don't want to do that. Okay. So let's bring these things back out. Reverse. Yeah, it was moving the whole ship with that. So that is definitely not ideal. Okay, so if I can't put it there, can I put it here instead? My guess is that's going to be a big no. Because it's going to lock prematurely. And then that's going to cause more issues. Yep, locked prematurely and didn't do its thing. Okay, so then, and the whole ship is moving right now, which is not what we want. Oh, and that thing needs to be unlocked. Crap. See, this is why we do these things. Unlock, unlock, unlock. There we go. Okay. That was terrifying. Okay. So now, what if I turn the magnet off first? So we'll turn that off first, and then we'll go into the hinges, and then we'll reverse it again. This time it shouldn't lock, because it's off, obviously. And it should fit into place quite nicely. Nope, that is clang as well. Okay, so that is not going to work. Okay, so getting this to lock is not going to be easy. I guess the only other thing that I could do is just kind of wedge it into place. And then hope that kind of holds it. But we've got an opportunity for a lot of clang here, so that terrifies me. So other options that we can do here. I know that that's not the only magnet we have. We also have this one. That is the server going absolutely crazy. But this thing is huge, right? Like absolutely huge. And I'm not going to use that to make sure this thing doesn't move. Okay. Yeah, this is not ideal. Okay, server, can you calm down, please? All right, let's see. So now I have to figure out the door mechanism. Okay, let's see. How do I want to do this? So I don't want it to be just like on a hinge and flap all the way out. I want it to be something sleek, right? And I'm thinking I can do the double hinge system like I did with the arm and use that for the actual wall itself. Now the only problem with that is I would want to use full-size blocks on a subgrid, and that'll be sandwiched between other full-size blocks not on subgrid. So I don't know if that's even going to be able to move at all, and if I have to increase the torque a lot just to make it move, it's going to cause the ship to move a lot too, which is something I want to try to avoid. And then also I had to figure out like how far it would have to move. And then it would have to go backwards. Okay. And I could do 2 blocks, potentially. No, I would have to leave that block there because that's what I would mount off of. Okay, so then we do a hinge in here. And then it doesn't matter which way the little arm things are facing, just as long as the other one is facing the opposite. Okay. And then, let me see, would that be enough? Because, I mean, this is where the wall has to be, right? So that would hold that in place, and then it would shift forward. And then if this is out to here, that would put it... No, this is going to have to be extended 1 extra block. Okay. Which means this is not the ideal placement for this, so I wonder if I can scooch that up a little bit. And the way we're going to do that is with a panel set in this block space, so that way I can put the hinge on the back of this instead. And then that would mean that all of these could not be there. Okay, so then the hinge would go forward, and then I would need like a middle section. I'm running out of oxygen, apparently. Let me just make like an oxygen tank. Okay, oxygen tank. Okay, and then I will take that, and then we will look up the oxygen tank, and throw that into there, and now I have oxygen. Okay, so now I don't have to worry about that. Okay, so I want to do a cylinder. What is that? Barrel? I could do a barrel. That would be interesting. But no, I just want to do, I think it's called a column. Column. There we go. Now, a column is not a full block's width, and apparently it doesn't... Oh, it just needs interior plates. Okay. Server, can you please stop teleporting me around? Okay. Okay, and then let me build this thing up real quick. Now that should be able to slide, no problem. Okay, so we'll grab that piece, and get that thing built up. Okay. Then we'll get that built up as well. So it's a bit more solid. Keeper says blast door blocks. Maybe. I want to see if I can get by with the full blocks, and they're going to be half blocks anyways. Because, well, no, they would be full blocks, yeah. Because that would fit with what the wall already is, and I think that would maybe work better. But we'll have to see if I can make that work. Okay, so little thing is facing forward, so then the next one has to be facing backwards. Okay, so that's got to go that way. Good to go. All right. Then we'll grab the parts for this. Okay. Now we have these two hinges, which also need to be renamed. Hinge 8. This is going to be hinge drill wall base. Hinge drill wall extension. And then these are going to be grouped together to be hinges drill wall. Okay. Now, the base, okay, so this one has to already be angled at a 90-degree angle, so it has to face that way, and it's just going to kind of go out that way as it extends. So that is -1, I believe. So hinge drill arm extension, no, sorry, drill wall extension. We're going to give this a -1 for velocity. And I just want to make sure that is spinning the correct way. No, it is not. Okay, so that needs a +1 for velocity then. Okay, hinge wall extension. We're going to, that is not what I wanted to do there. Reverse it. There we go. Okay, so that is going to be going forward, which means that the lower limit is going to be 0, which means that this lower limit should also be 0. And then, if we move these both at the same time, let's see, so then this one would have to have a -1 on it for velocity, which should make it do nothing. And then when I reverse it, it should shoot forward and that should shoot backwards. And that is how we will get our wall in there. Okay, so hinges, drill wall, reverse. No, it's going the wrong way. Okay, so that has to be backwards. All right. Hinge, base, reverse. And then the limits on this are also going to have to change because I think it's going to stop once it's straight. Yeah, okay. So, hinge, drill wall, base. This is going to be -90. And then the upper limit here will be 0. Okay. And then that should push the wall out. To here, which should clear whatever we need for that. And then all we need to do is spin it backwards and see if it accepts what we're doing. But first, I have to get this thing out first. So drill arm, we're going to reverse. And then drill wall. We're going to see if Clang likes us or hates us. So that should be keeping the entire wall parallel, and it looks like it is sliding. But then again, we only have one row on here. If we have 2 rows, is it going to do the same thing, or is it going to break? Okay. So there's that. So that would be our wall, then closed off. Okay. Now I have to put in all 3 blocks just to see if it's going to get stuck or if it'll actually work. But for that I need more plates. All right. And then this would have to extend all the way out to to this block here. And then apparently it's moving apparently because it's red, or it was red, then it was green. Okay, so do I have a, no, I gotta go up through here. Okay. Let's see. Hinge, drill wall. We're going to reverse this. Okay. Now, I want to know if I need to put on... Actually, based on how that moved, I might be able to put a rounded edge on here. And have that be the piece that slides in. Like that. So let me see how that works. If it works. Let's see, drill wall and reverse. I just want to see if this thing is going to slide properly or not. It's getting a little close. It's getting really, really close. Ha 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 ha. Like a glove. I like it. All right. And then the other thing that we have to do is we have to get this side to come out as well. Now, I think we can just put this on here and it should be able to push past it. But I'm gonna have to try it and see if it gets stuck or not. Hopefully it doesn't. Okay, so hinge, drill wall, and reverse. Oh good, it just goes straight out. Okay, cool. Excellent. And then when we're doing this, we just make that set of hinges work and this set of hinges work at the same time. And it should just kind of move everything out, and then that can extend out, and then that's our drilling. But I have to see if this is going to fit if we do all 3 layers here. Now, something I could do potentially actually, no, that wouldn't make much of a difference if I did that. Okay, so let's go with the rounded slope here and here. Okay, so now that is all one solid thing, and we will see if it will slide in or not. Hopefully it does. If it doesn't, it's going to be a problem. Nope, that is not what we want. We want hinge, drill wall. Okay, and then we will reverse this and see if it goes in or if it gets stuck. It gets stuck, okay. Now I could increase the torque on the hinges and try to force it in, but that's usually never a good idea. So I was kind of worried about that, and that's because the hitboxes on these are the exact size of the block rather than slightly smaller, which would then allow them to slide past each other. So that's something that Keen has not updated yet. So if I increase the torque on these hinges, hopefully it doesn't break anything. Actually, torque is maxed out. Okay, so I can't actually make that do that any better. Okay. Well, that brings us back to the blast door blocks. And then I would only need 1 set of those. But then again, like, it doesn't... Like, you would tell it there's a blast door there, right? Or blast door blocks there. Which I'm not really a fan of. I was hoping it would just be like a solid wall, but... I suppose if I needed to make it work, then you do what you need to do, right? Honestly, I was kind of hoping that would work. Okay, so if I can't bring that in, let's just put it back out. Oh, that's just all kinds of clang right there. Okay. So it doesn't really like that. So my other option that I could try potentially is I don't know if these have had their size on this face updated, because if they are just ever so slightly shorter on this edge right here, then I should be able to slide them in. So let me give that a try. Jamie says no and clang. I was afraid of that. Okay, so if I did, I'm still gonna try it anyways. Not that I don't believe you, but I do just want to see if I can make it work. No, that's gotta go not that way, down this way. No, not that way, that way. Okay. Okay, so this is what I'm saying about that edge right there. If that has been updated, then maybe this would work. If it has not, then this will get stuck again. It should slide in a fair amount, but then it should get stuck if it's going to get stuck right here. And it does not. Interesting. Okay. So I guess the hit block on this has been updated, so it's slightly shorter up here where the curve is, which is good. So I guess we just fill in the rest of these. And then, oh, and then this one has to be, that's not going to be good. It has to be something like this, because otherwise it'll get stuck, which is not ideal. I mean, it's not ideal, but it's not terrible either. Okay, so then with that, this should be able to slide all the way out, I think. Hinges, drill wall, and reverse. Okay, we're not getting stuck anywhere. Good. Seems like it's working. And then the only bad thing is this will have a little bit of wobble, which, you know, fine. And then I guess we just fill this in. And then depending on what I want to do here, I could do some sort of a decorative block in here, potentially. I don't know what kind of a decorative block, but yeah, okay. So I think that'll work. And then this can just be solid here. And then of course this one has to be rounded. And then this will just back up against this piece here. And it'll just kind of sit in place, which should work. Which then allows us to swing out our drill arm at the same time. And then all I gotta do is get those pistons grouped up and see how far that goes out. And then hopefully we'll be in business and we can actually start welding some stuff up. Okay, so we're gonna do the pistons here. And these are all on a subgrid. Okay, so this is just gonna be piston drill 1. Drill 2, drill 3. And then we'll group all of these together. So pistons, drill, save. Okay, now if we go into here, we swing out the arm. Okay. We've got a nice little parallel movement here. And then this will extend and these will, or sorry, this will retract and these two will extend at the same time, which should hopefully give us a meaningful amount of distance here. So we will just reverse all of those. Hopefully it fits and doesn't hit anything. And I'm really hoping we get like a decent distance here. I mean, I'm happy with that actually. Because let's see, if we take our head here, right? So we've got 2.5 blocks off of the edge for the head, right? So that'll be 2.5 blocks off of the edge here, which should put us about in the middle of here. Which means we'll have to get really, really close, which is unfortunate, but I think it'll work. I don't know, what do you guys think? Drill arm? Sort of works. Maybe. I mean, and it all slides together, which is really, really nice. And then I should be able to increase the speed on the pistons. Instead of 0.5, we'll do 2.5. We'll see what kind of damage that gets us. Oh, right. Sorry, the first piston, at least I think it's the first piston. Actually, hang on, let me see, which, is this piston number, no, this one is piston number 1, okay. So piston number 1, oh, piston drill 2, okay. So this is not the right one, okay, so then this, we'll make this one there, that one is going to be 2, this one is going to be 1, okay, and then this one needs to be reversed. There we go. Okay, so that pushes that out with a fair amount of force. And then it's probably going to retract with the same amount of force, so maybe I do a little bit less. Oh, yeah, that is very fast. I mean, it works, but... Huh. Alright, so let's go back to the pistons. We'll put this one at 1.5, and then we'll do these both at negative 1.5. And then that's just to kind of slow it down a little bit so it's not quite so jerky. Alright, pistons, drill, reverse. Still fairly fast, which is good. I do wonder if that's going to be out far enough, but I don't really have much else of a choice. I mean, this is the space that I've got to work with that I can actually fit everything into. So I think this is probably going to be the best that we can get. Okay. So we will reverse these again, bring it back in. It's a little clangy. Hopefully it's not damaging anything. Doesn't look like it. Alright, and now I'm going to take both hinged groups and reverse them at the same time. And we will see if they go together nicely. Looks like they're actually moving in unison. Good. Good. I'd say that's a win. Jamie says it's still too fast. On the pistons or on the hinges? And then he also says, if you need to go deeper, use a small ship. Yeah. I'm trying to eliminate the need for a small ship though, because I think that's going to eat up my PCU. And I do want to make sure that this, like once I get the turtle built, and I know that I have enough space for everything, then if I still have some PCU left over, then I'll look into making like a smaller ship, maybe even a couple small ships. But with the limited PCU that I've got here, I have to be careful. So I'm going to build what needs to be built first, and then we'll kind of work off of that. At least that's the idea. All right, so then if that's going to be like that, then I could potentially fill this in. And then that would be fine to place here. And that is kind of like our whole thing encapsulated. And then this, I could potentially use this for something. So I can leave that there. And then these I can always change to something else. They're just empty blocks right now. And I'd rather not waste the space if I can help it. But I think what I should do now is probably build up some of these. Can't tell if those are doing mini pulses and wasting power or not. All right. So there's one solar panel. This will be 2 solar panels. Jamie says, I like the pistons. Okay. So I think he's okay with the new speed that I put them at. Which is good. How does a gunpowder gun work in space with no oxygen? So the thing about gunpowder is it's already got all of the stuff that it needs to explode inside. So you can start it. Okay, server, what are you doing? Server, what are you doing? So, I mean, you still need oxygen in the air to react, I guess, a little bit. But like I think it's possible. And then at worst you could put, because I mean, what is gunpowder made of, right? So it's sulfur, it's nitrogen, and I think it's got some other things in there. But if you build your chemical compound to have oxygen already included in it, then when you apply the spark to it, it ignites the oxygen along with everything else because the oxygen is included in the powder. And then it just works. It goes boom. All right, how long have we been playing? It is 8:47, so we've been doing this for almost 2 hours already. Dang, dude. Do I have everything yet? Like, dang, dude, like what more do I need? There we go. Jeez. All right. So there's that. Okay, so now we'll get this one, and we'll get this one, both at the same time. Put everything in there. Oh, whoops, that is not what I wanted to do. Oh well. It's fine. Okay. All right. Okay, so that will be one quadrant of solar panels complete. Good. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I could potentially build these ones up too, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll just put the entire order into there. Pull out what we can. All right. Okay. So that is nearly that done. I just want to make sure that I still have everything that I need. Apparently it's saying that I need iron. Okay, Mr. Refinery, you are working on platinum right now. Can I potentially interest you in working on iron? And oh, wait, no, we have plenty of iron. Why is it saying that I can't? I'm confused. It's fine. Okay, so more welding, more welding. Super exciting. Okay, there's that one. All right, so I feel like you guys are pretty quiet. Are you just watch me build stuff? I mean, I'm sure some of you are probably playing other games while you're watching this, which is fine. I do the same thing. All right, so there's those solar panels made. Okay. Now I just got to make these ones back here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We'll put all of these parts in there twice. And apparently I need steel plate. Why aren't you making steel plate? Sir. Oh, it's got... Okay, so it's just being weird, I guess? Okay, fine. Alright, that's fine. Am I not taking out the steel plate here? Like, what's going on? So confused. Whatever. It's fine. You don't have to work. Alright. Alright, so there's that. Apparently I still have not picked up any of the steel plates, which I think is kind of the only thing that I'm missing right now. Oh, some solar cells too, I guess. Keeper saying, watching and letting you build so you can focus. Aha. Well, I mean, this is supposed to be like a conversation thing, right? Like, if you just wanted to watch me build, I would just, like, record a video. And Jamie says he's just doing the same thing. Okay, so why did it not bring out the steel plate? That's what I would like to know. It's okay, I'll do it myself. All right. Okay, so there's that and that. And build this one up. Good to go. And build this one up. Also good to go. And then build that one up. And now we need solar cells. Didn't it say that I got everything out, right? So why would it... Build planner is a little hit and miss on this one. Okay, and then I just need to grab these parts, which should already be being made. And then this one needs to go here, and then this one here. All right. Cause says, want to know why my nurses love red crayons? Because they draw blood. You could probably argue the same thing for vampires. You're silly, Cause, just so you know. Alright, finally the build planner did what it was supposed to do. Alright, so now what I want to do is I would like to turn the entire tortoise, towards the sun. Apparently the server does not like me running around. Okay, so we need to turn, nope, other way, other way. And then I wonder how much power I'm going to be getting out of this. Nope. Nope, other way, other way, other way, other way, other way. Nope, other way. So what do you guys think? 20 solar panels? All collecting some delicious sunlight? I don't know. I kind of like it. I like the way it looks. What do you guys think? Does it look turtleish? I think it looks turtleish. Now I just gotta like finish like the bottom part of this shell so that way it actually looks like at least the bottom of a turtle. Apparently I need more steel plate. Does that one? Yeah, that one is connected. Okay. Plate. All of it, please. Oh, and my oxygen tank is down to 8%. Okay. There we go. All right. Cause Lever says 3 kilowatts. That makes me sad. Okay, so there is that. All right. But I mean, like, as far as like the sizing of it, I mean, that's like turtle shell sized, right? You think, maybe? Sort of? Hopefully? And then I gotta put some really, really, really big flippers off on that side. And I gotta figure out how I'm gonna put really big flippers off on that side, because I think that's the side with the drill. Or is that the side with the drill? I'm looking, oh no, it's that side with the drill. That one over there, I think. No, that side, yeah, this one. Okay. All right, so that's that. All right, and then I can start building this up as well. And then all I gotta do is get these things filled out. Okay, so let me see if I can remember how to do that. I know I finished one of these sides, that side, okay. So that's the 45s, that's the 2x1 angles, that's also 2x1. Okay, so that should be fairly easy then. Okay, let's go ahead and get that done. All right. So we need this thing to go like that, and like that. And then we need this thing to go like that, and that, and that. Cause says with flippers and the head, it will look more better. Good. Okay. Now we need to do the weird, this whole thing. Okay, so that has to go like that, followed by that, and then that needs to be this, followed by this. Okay, and that will be this all done. Good. Okay, grab some more plate. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing over here. Okay, so there's that piece, and then that piece, and then that piece, and that piece. All right. Okay, so there's that corner, just about done. Build up these 45s. Okay, and then do the same thing over here. Cause says he may have had a few rumchatas. Just a few, huh? Alright, and then that needs to go onto there, followed by that, that, and that. Okay. Okay, and then same thing over here. Oops, nope. That goes not like that, but like that. All right. And that needs to go in here like that. And then that needs to go in there like that, and like that. All right. I don't think I'm gonna have enough plate to finish those either, so let's go get some more. Recharge my power. Cause says they are so good. I mean, I know that I've had rumchata before. I just don't remember how long ago it was. I'm more of like a social drinker anyways, so I usually don't drink unless there's other people drinking. So I don't know. All right, so now we have the bottom of the turtle done. I'd say that looks better, especially with it all done. And I kind of like the pattern that I got going on here. So that is pleasing to the eye, which is always good. All right. So now I suppose I could work on building this all up. You know what I could do? Because if the curved blocks have been modified, I would assume that the 45s have also been modified, right? So we're going to redo this entire wall because I just had an idea. And the purpose of this idea is that it gets rid of that little space that I would have over there in the corner. And then that actually can stay. Let's see. Keeper says he's having coffee. Cause Diver says the place we went makes them out of a dark rum that is 101 proof. Holy crap, dude. And then Jamie says it's Friday. All right. So, so like I said, it should have been updated for these as well, right? I'm assuming. So these should be able to slide in and out of here as well. I'm hoping. And then what we have is these blocks. So this is, it has a flat surface, right? That I can then put on there, right? But it also covers up the space there. So I think that, nope, nope, like that. Nope, not like that. Like that. There we go. Because then we can go with a standard 45 here. And then do another one of those weird pieces. I think that's got to go that way, yep. And then we can run 45s again through here. And then instead of having a space under there like I had with the rounded blocks, this will have the full coverage there. But the only bad thing is I don't know if those have been updated or not. So we will find out. Hinge, drill wall, and reverse. Does it work? It does not. Dang it. Okay. So I'm guessing that these have not been updated then. So if I were to take this out, would it move? No. If I take that out, would it move? No. If I take that out, would it move? No. Okay, so that means that the 45s have not been updated, and they have the full width or thickness as a normal block. Wait, why is this? Oh no, I didn't have them connected. That would probably explain why. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. So we do that, yes, okay. Let's try this again. And then full block, then this block. Okay. So now that that's in there properly and connected properly, let's see if it actually moves this time. Okay, so hinge, drill wall, reverse. Okay, it's moving it in. Good. Is it going to get stuck? If it is going to get stuck, it'll get stuck right here. And it does not. Okay, good. So that moved in all the way. And then I just need to get this in there all the way as well. So that goes there. And then this one gets a couple. And then these things. Right, so that has to go, no, like that. And then that one, I think, goes in there like that. And then we get this thing in between the two, like that. Now that should be a complete wall, hopefully. All right, and reverse. Does it go out? It does go out. All right, good. Good, good, good. Okay, so I think that works. We'll just weld all of this up, I guess. I'm gonna need more plate. I'm gonna need to make more plate, okay. Okay, and that is our wall, mostly fixed. And then I want to get this up and connected as well. And then that block is already set up, so we get to see what it looks like when it is fully parked. All right, hinge, drill wall, and reverse. Hop out through here. It fits in. That's good. And we are gonna have a seam here, but I'm actually kind of okay with that. I mean, this one I'm not so okay with because that one's a bit more obvious, but at least where the angle is, I mean, having a seam there kind of sort of makes sense. But, I mean, hey, it works. We've got our drill in here doing its thing. Yeah, I'm fairly happy with that, I think. Yeah, all right. So we have our drill situation figured out, so that's good. And then we're actually using a fairly small amount of space here. I could have moved this to put this junction block right there, which then could have reduced the amount of, you know, ingress I've got over here. But I'm not about to redo that now because that would just be... Actually, I could do that. I mean, well, it depends on if space engineers would let me place the part or not. Probably not. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I fix that? I could. I think I want to fix it. I think I want to fix it. This is a terrible idea, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Why fix it if it ain't broke? Cause it's not ideal. It must be ideal. But no, I'm thinking about like the space that I want to use like inside for like the living area, and I figure like the more space I have, the better. All right, so that is under there like that. We want that to be towards the front. Okay. This is a terrible idea. I'm regretting it already. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. No. It's floating. I don't like that it's floating. Why are you floating? You shouldn't be floating. Oh, because it has no power, so it's swinging. Wait. Can I make that swing back into there? By hitting it? And then can I make it swing out of there by hitting it? I mean, it's still moving in that direction, so if I do this, can I make it swing out a little bit faster? And then if I can make it swing out, can I make it swing back in? That's going to be a question, because all I got to do is place the hinge on here and get it to connect, and then just work out the angles, and then we should be okay. Because, I mean, this is like wedged in, right? So that can't move. So that means that my spacing for reconnecting this should be perfect. Should be. But now, is it going to let me place a hinge here? And it will. Okay. And I think this has to be the other way. Oh, okay. That wasn't a fan. Okay. But I mean, it let me do it, so that's good. And then we'll throw the panel back on there. And then I need this thing to go back in that way. Can I make it move without killing myself? Oh, the whole thing is flipped off to the side. That's not good. Okay. See, I told you this was a bad idea. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's out of range. So hinge, drill, arm, base. Can I? Oh, this is just asking for clang. So I'm gonna move out of the way, and we'll see if it can grab it. No. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, so it's too far out, which is fine. So what I need to do then is throw a battery on here so that way this thing can get powered. Because right now that's just swinging loose because it has no power, and I need it to swing back into here. Okay, other option would be to use the momentum of a moving ship to get it to swing back into place. But then if this thing moves any farther out of alignment because of it, that's just going to be a bad day for everyone. Okay, so I need to go to the right. All right, so let's see what we can, oh man, I can't even really see it in here. Okay, so we're gonna go right. Oh, and then of course the reversing thrusters are just gonna reverse whatever movement I actually create, so that's not gonna work. Okay. Okay, so we go back to the battery option. And I don't have any way to do like a small battery. I mean, I do. I could. I'm not gonna like it, but I could. Actually, I don't even need that to be completed. So what am I doing here? Okay, so we'll go with the rotor. We will add a small head. And then on top of that small head, we will put a small battery. Now this is probably going to make everything jump back into action, so there we go. And then I need this guy to be there and available. Hinge, drill arm base, and attach. This is clang. No? Didn't like it. Okay, so it doesn't like that the whole thing is crooked. Okay, how do I get this thing? And then also, that thing's probably draining right now, which means I'll just have to replace it with another battery. It'll be fine, I'm sure. Okay, so how do I make this thing move back properly? Okay, so we're gonna go a little crazy here. Okay, so that is lined up here. Okay. Now we're gonna put in a little tiny piston. Little baby piston. And then we're gonna tell that little baby piston to extend, but I think I'm gonna have to put on another panel here so it has something to push against. Okay, little baby piston, reverse. Okay, that is that. Hinge. Attach, please don't blow up. Good job. Good job. All right. All right, we got it. Holy crap. I can't believe that actually worked. But we are now reconnected. All right, so that was terrifying. Okay, so now I need to rearrange this hinge over here. Drill arm base, drill arm extension, and then I think I had the angle correct, but the starting is going to be different. Okay, so let me open up the wall. Okay, and then I have to go into okay, so this needs to go, we're at 0, so if I make it go up to, well actually hold on, what is this at currently? This is at 1, okay, so if I make the base go up to 1 as well, is that gonna work? Or is it gonna spin it the wrong way? It's gonna spin it the wrong way, okay. So, hinge, hinge, base, reverse, there we go. No, it's not doing, crap, okay. Hinge, wall extension, you also need to reverse. There we go. Okay. I'm surprised that nothing is blown up yet. I'm legitimately surprised. Okay, so that's fun. Okay, so now if I reverse these, it should go back properly. And then we have removed the block in this space, which means we can use this whole space for whatever we want, which is great. We've got our drill reconnected, which is also great. And then I think we've got, that's spinning too far. Hinge base, you're trying to go, oh, wait, reverse. No, sorry. Arms, reverse. Okay, I need you to go out the other way. I need to see which way this is going. Okay, so it's going negative, which means that our positive limit has got to be 0. Okay. So there's that. Okay. This would be so much easier if I'd build info. Cause, good night. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you watching. And then I'm probably actually going to end the stream pretty soon as well. I think I've been doing this for 2.5 hours already. Jamie's off to bed too. 4 a.m. Man. Well, good luck. Sleep well and all that. And I'll just kind of wrap up things here. I mean, I think we did a fairly good amount of work here. Our drill arm is working. We've got all of our solar panels built. We've got the bottom outside perimeter of the shell done. Yeah, now it's just kind of building up inside. And then that closes all nice and pretty like, which is great. All right, so since everyone else is going, I might as well go too. And this was a very long stream, but it is Friday night, so I don't have work tomorrow, so that is why I was able to do a longer stream. So we'll fill up our gases real quick, get a little bit of this stuff going, and then I think I'll just do all of the flipping off off camera, you know, flipping off of things, and then yeah. So I will wish you all a good night. Once again, thank you all for showing up. Appreciate it. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, 7, same time, same place, same channel. And yeah, so that's going to be all I got. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you did, hopefully you'll join me for the next one once again tomorrow at